Hey guys, it's Caden. Welcome to another Autism Digest interview, where today we have someone who's definitely been a part of a lot of childhoods. You might know him as the voice of Barney from Barney and Friends from 2001 to 2022. He is Dean Wendt. Thanks for
Oh,
coming on,
hello
Dean.
everyone. It's me, Barney. I'm Dean Wendt. Hey, how are you?
Well, sir, I think a lot of people definitely know you. It doesn't get bigger than being a childhood icon. But for those
Uh,
that don't know you, do you mind telling a bit of your story in your own words?
sure. I am from Chicago, outside Chicago, Illinois. Let's see, career-wise, I was, not many people know this maybe, but I actually put Radio Disney on the air back in 1995, 96. I was the very first DJ for Radio Disney. And then I went on to do Barney in 2001. And there you go. Kind of short but sweet.
Amen to that. I'm just glad you weren't a part of the Barney Gate scam. And that went
Yeah.
on during the 90s,
Yeah.
which leads to my next question for you. Do you have
Yeah.
any experiences interacting with the neurodiverse community that you want to discuss?
Um, I don't, but kind of. I mean, I don't have any experience at all, really. But I've met a lot of kids that have autism. I don't know if you know, but John Travolta's son, Jet, actually had autism, and he was a huge fan of Barney. And I was actually on a show on Regis and Kelly way back in the day. It's not, I think it's like Kelly, Kelly, I'm talking about the show.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's with someone else, like her husband now, I think, and does the show. But I was down there with Regis and Kelly, and John Travolta was on the show at the same time Barney was on the show, and we had kind of like green room. We had two rooms next to each other, and he came into my room, my dressing room, and he was telling me what a big fan he was, how much he loved Barney, and he loved what Barney did for his son. So it was pretty sweet. And then he actually gave me a 45-second hug, which I counted because it was so long, and I was like, oh my God, John Travolta is hugging me. And then he sang. He actually knew Knickerbocker. He knew all the words to Knickerbocker, and sang the song. He did all the hand movements. So he's doing like, "Hey, Mister Knickerbocker, boppity bop, I like it the way." And that's my John Travolta.
That's awesome.
No
I
fun.
love John Travolta. And I actually knew his son was on the spectrum. It's most likely common knowledge, I think, within the entertainment realm, which transitions into my next question. Speaking of, you've spent years bringing Bernie to life. How did you approach making the character emotionally accessible to all children, including those who are neurodivergent?
I think there's a universal language of just love and understanding and never judging anyone, letting people be who they are. And it's kind of easy, actually. I mean, I think that's why so many people love Barney, is because he is love. He is 100% acceptance.
Exactly. And that's what we need in today's
We
world.
do need that more in this world. Yes. I wish Barney were out there right now, everywhere.
I mean, he is, in a way, I think they made a new cartoon version of Barney. But it would be great to have a multiverse Barney story where all three of the
Multiverse.
original voice actors, you, Bob West, and the new one, teamed up on something random.
That
It
would be
probably
interesting, wouldn't
It
it?
definitely would. Which
Yeah.
leads to my next question. Shows like Bernie and Friends are known for their structure and repetition. How important do you think those elements are for neurodivergent audiences?
100%. My wife actually is a first grade teacher. So I met her on the Barney set, and she was doing education for them. So yeah, I mean, repetition is very important. Structure is very important. Learning colors, learning shapes, it's all about just being able to see the world in a way that makes sense to them.
Exactly. Exactly. I grew up on a lot of those types of
Yeah,
shows.
did you?
And one so specifically I grew up on was Bear in the Big Blue House. I actually had
Bear, the
Neil
Big Blue House. I
McNeil on here
loved Bear.
recently.
Yes.
and that show was repetitive as well. Well, specifically with smell running at, I think it was.
Have
So
you
I
interviewed
absolutely
him?
agree.
Have you interviewed him before?
As a matter of fact, I have.
Oh, oh, funny story about him. We were doing We Are Family. It was a Niles Rogers kind of project that they had back for kids back, and they played it on PBS. And he was there. We were shooting a scene with a lot of the Sesame Street characters, like Big Bird, and so I was in the back waiting to go on. And I'm not in the suit. I'm just the voice. So Kerry Stinson was with me, and he's in the suit. Um, so he came on, Big Bear in the house. He was actually in costume the entire time because that's how the costume works, because he has his hand up there. So I had like a real conversation with him as Bear in the Big Blue House, just in the back room. Like you'd be talking about the weather, talking about, what you're doing that day. And it's just the most bizarre thing. But what a commitment that guy has to his character. I love that guy.
I love him too. Ooh, he's super awesome.
Yeah.
Which leads to my next question for you. Have you seen examples where media like Barney helps bridge communication between neurodivergent children and their families?
Other shows? Ooh, I don't know. Barney was one of a kind, I feel for that. I mean, when I was growing up, probably like Romper Room. I mean, that was a big one. Um, we had Mr. Rogers, of course. I think Mr. Rogers was amazing for that. Great man, too. How about you? Do you know any shows?
Hmm, I would say Bear in the Big Blue House, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Noel told me a story about how well, he was with a nonverbal thing, and then one of his first words was "bet," or I think.
Oh,
And
nice.
so
How
that
about
way
Blue's
that
Clues? Do you have any
oh
Blue's Clues with Steve?
yeah, I remember Blue's Clues. That's definitely a really good example.
Yeah, I love that show. My kids love that show too.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic. My last
Yeah.
question for you is: what does the future hold for you? Do you have any projects in the work that you can talk about legally?
I do a lot of voiceover production. I do a lot of commercials. You might hear me. There was a Mitsubishi Outlander commercial I did. The Mitsubishi Outlander. Um, I do Tampa Bay Rays. I do the voice for them. I do, if you're ever in LA, I do all the metro out there. So if you're on the train or the bus, you'll hear my voice. Fun, huh? And coming up, I do have something in the works, but I can't say anything about it. But it's fun.
It definitely sounds fun.
It's really fun.
Anyways, that's going to do it for this interview, guys. Thank you so much to Dean for coming on and sharing his perspective of things. If you guys want to see more amazing interviews, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Autism Digest channel. We're now at over 700 subs, so if we could get to over 1,000 by the end of this year, that would be amazing.
Be awesome.
We're appreciative of the support, and be sure to look out for our next issue coming in May. Hey, you can get our current issue by going to autismdigest.com. And stay tuned for the audio file to be posted on our Spotify. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.